Hey guys, how's it going? So I know it's been a few days since I've taped anything. I was having some technical difficulties with my memory card, so I apologize for that. But we're back and we're ready to go. So I figured to come back I would do a Disney video. So hence the ears, and I have a Little Mermaid shirt on, I'll show you later. But we're gonna be actually making a recipe from Galaxy's Edge. So that's the Star Wars themed land in Disney's Hollywood Studios and then also in Disneyland. So we're gonna be making the Ronto Wrap, which is basically a pita bread with a pork sausage, some roasted pork loin, a peppercorn sauce, and a tangy slaw. So I looked at multiple recipes. There were so many different variations, but I used my favorite Disney food blogs. That's a shout out to them. And I altered it and tweaked it a little bit just based on, you know, some preferences and what I think will actually work to be authentic, because I did have it when I was in Disney World this past December. So yeah, I'm really excited to show you guys and to make this recipe. I'm not going to be making the pita bread from scratch, but I will link right above my pita bread recipe that I did probably about a month or so ago. So if you guys want to make that for this, you absolutely can, but let's go show you the ingredients. All right guys, so I have our ingredients and I kind of organized them based on the different elements of the dish. So right here we have our ingredients for our peppercorn sauce. Based on my research, I looked at multiple different versions of this recipe, and a lot of the recipes said it's almost like an Alabama white like barbecue sauce. Like called clutch sauce, I think. So we're gonna make a variation of that. So it's like a mayonnaise base with some peppercorns, cayenne pepper, vinegar, lemon, horseradish, and sugar. So I'm excited about that. The next thing, I just bought like a pre-cut version of like a slaw because there was no way I was gonna go through a whole head of green cabbage. But this is a cabbage mixture. It has red cabbage and carrots. I might add a little bit more carrots. I do have those in the fridge, and I think this has some red cabbage in it too. So that's fine. You know, we'll use that as our option. And some of the recipes made this like into a vinegar slaw, some didn't, so I figured we'll use a little bit of our seasoned rice vinegar, which has sugar and salt already in it, and we'll just toss that in this just to give it a little bit more flavor and potentially some soy sauce. I got naan rather than pita because based on the pictures, it actually almost looked more like naan. So I'm gonna use this instead, and when I made the pita bread, which I told you I'd link above, it kind of looked like this, so I think this is gonna yield a better result. And then I got pork tenderloin. So some of the recipes required like a pork loin or a pork tenderloin. I figured we'll do the peppercorn version because we're doing a peppercorn sauce. So this is what I decided to get. And then I just got some pork sausage. And it's really important, I think, if you guys have seen the pictures of the Ronto Wraps, like the sausage will go out over a little bit past the pita bread. So I picked like the longest like pork sausage I could pick. And it's important that it's a pork base. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna wanna go ahead and start cooking our tenderloin. All right guys, so I have our pork tenderloin. I put it on a sheet tray lined with like a silicone mat, and then I used a baking sheet so it doesn't get soggy. So I preheated the oven to 450 degrees. We're gonna put this in the oven at a high temperature to help form like a sear on it for about 15 minutes, and then we're gonna lower the temperature to 350 degrees and cook it until it reaches 145 degrees, which is the temperature for pork. So we're thinking probably about 15 to 20 minutes for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the 450 degree oven for 15. All right guys, so we're gonna go ahead and make the sauce. We have our slaw all made and our sauce all set, so it looks really nice, that horseradish. And there is our timer to turn our oven down to 350 degrees for the pork to continue to cook for about 15 minutes. All right, so while I'm waiting for our pork to continue to cook, I'm gonna go ahead and heat up our pita/naan bread. This vendor actually makes pita bread, so I feel like it's not necessarily naan. I think it's just gonna be a better product. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn our cast iron pan on to high, and we're gonna just toast up the naan. Alright, so our pork's out, we're gonna let this rest, and we have all of our ingredients set to assemble these. Alright, now it's time to assemble. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that recipe. It was really fun to make, and who doesn't like going back to Galaxy's Edge? So thanks so much for watching, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Catnip Dreams of Food, also known as Caitlin. But thanks so much for being here, and let me know what Disney recipes you want to see next. So don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks!